Yes, Andrew, we can see that so far I think we've had 27 results in out of 440, and every single one of those has been no. And in fact, the votes are now running more than 2-1 against a change in the electoral system, and already the noes have chalked up over 500,000 votes. Of course, there's still a long way to go, but it does seem to be a pretty clear picture. And joining us now from Westminster is Peter Mandelson, Lord Mandelson, who came out of political retirement to add his voice to the Yes campaign. This must be a bitter rebuff for you.
Well, it's certainly a great disappointment because I thought that politics and our political system and democracy would be improved with a change in the electoral system, but only a minority were persuaded of that. Look, I think in a sense one couldn't have foreseen how this referendum would get so mixed up with the verdict that the electorate wanted to cast on the coalition, and notably on the Liberal Democrats in general and Nick Clegg in particular. But I think more fundamentally than that, we have to face up to the fact that the public in the main just didn't see why AV was a solution to the ills of our political system and the negative feelings they have about politics. The whole thing seemed to have come out of the blue. I'm afraid the groundwork for it was simply not done. No consensus existed around the need for change. But I also have to acknowledge, and I give him credit for this, I mean, David Cameron, fought like a dynamo to defeat this referendum, and he did so for one very clear and obvious reason. The Tories benefit from first past the post. They always have done. To have the alternative, more progressive parties, the Labour and the Liberal Democrats, dividing the anti-Tory vote is a blessing for them, as we've seen in all our elections over the last 100 years or so. It's given them more times in government than anyone else. So credit where credit is due. He worked very assiduously and very boldly, David Cameron, in defeating the referendum, even at the expense of the unity of his own coalition government.